Okay. So now what is the problem with handshake?
For purposes of peace, cohesion and integration, I think handshake is an idea that we all support, because as leaders we also want a peaceful environment for our businesses to thrive. But again, it came with ramifications. The first consequence that we are suffering out of the handshake is that it interfered basically with the running of government, in the sense that, one, we have no opposition in this country. We have no voice that is defending the people who are being oppressed by this country.
But NC is not in the handshake, isn't
it? We are not in the handshake. That's why.
So you can't be the opposition.
Exactly. We can't assume the position of opposition. Yet in Parliament, the leaders of opposition, they occupy those spaces. So fundamentally speaking, Parliament has been relegated as a branch of the executive. It no longer performs its duty as an oversight body. This has been occasioned by members of the opposition going to bed with the executive and with the ruling party. In 2018, Finance Bill of 2018, we introduced 8% of our levy to all petroleum products. This was supported by the opposition. Were it not for the handshake, we wouldn't be here. The hike in fuel prices right now has been caused because of the relationship between the opposition and the government. And therefore, I would like to say that the handshake between Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta would have been left at that personal relationship between the two of them, but not take Parliament and relegate Parliament as a branch of the executive.
So how do you respond to the argument that the ODM did not take a position in government? So in the end, they're not CSAs, they're not...
They are. When you look at the current appointments, they have participated, they have appointed their people through proxies in government.
But your people as well?
No.
Who's the cast for finance, for instance? Your
treasury. No, you know, he's a Kenyan, huh?
Yes.
He's a Kenyan. We have seen ODM taking part in governance. Seriously, when you see...
Explain, how so?
When you see the leader of opposition going to launch government projects, it is ridiculous. Come on. He is supposed to front an oversight campaign against government. But when you see the watchman and the boss walking in the same vehicle and wanting to believe...
Okay, so help me understand this. Just one second before I come back to you. But he's only one person with one party, right, ODM. NASA was, I think, equal, like I say, equal principles, right?
Yeah.
Musalia Mudavadi, Kalonzo Musyoka. Why haven't they risen to the occasion, with all due respect, then to fill the gap and the hole that is left?
Look at the provisions of our constitution. They're very clear. Who becomes the majority party in Parliament and who becomes the minority party in Parliament. The minority party is defined in the limits of our constitution as the second largest party.
Which is ODM.
Which is ODM. And therefore, we cannot take up their role when they are still sticking to it.
Okay.
Who is the leader of minority in the Senate? James Orengo. Who is the leader of minority in the National Assembly? Mbadi. So how do you expect a member of Parliament, say Honorable Nabulindo from Matungu, to come and take up the roles of Mbadi in Parliament? And therefore, ODM has critically failed us when it comes to oversight. We have the dynamics of numbers in the House. They enjoy numbers together with Jubilee. So once they have numbers in Parliament, and Parliament is a house of numbers, once they have the majority of numbers, we cannot do anything. We cannot oppose, because as much as
I need to go for a break.
Yeah, but
let me just execute my point.
Yes.
As much
10 seconds, I need to go for a break.
As much as we can push for a certain agenda. Remember, during the revenue sharing allocation debate, the 1 man, 1 shilling one, we tried to push logic. But the guys were in bed with the executive. Logic had not prevailed all through, and they were unable to defend the people. The people who voted for them.
Quick question.
I think
10 seconds.
Before you go for a break,